right and wrong, there's sometimes such a sharp line between the two of them, and sometimes it's such a blur. Especially in times like these, when the news outlets cherry pick information and put it out there, and people don't know what to believe. And then they divide each other from their friends, from their family, from their neighbors. Not only by rioting, but with words, by hating each other, not educating each other, and trying to help others become better. And it's like people think that somebody has to agree with you for them not to be racist or sexist, or for them to be a good person. You know, sometimes people can be wrong about a racial or a societal fact. But does it mean they're racist? No. I mean, while it's not too extreme, it's okay. I mean, we should correct them. We should try to help them become better people and understand what is right. That the fact is wrong. That doesn't mean they're racist. Doesn't mean we give them hate. Doesn't mean we push them away. It means we bring them closer together with us. And sometimes we're wrong, and we don't realize it. And that's a big problem here. People don't have the humility to accept that they're wrong sometimes. I'm wrong. I've been wrong countless times in my life. But that's how I get better. And people just take some polar stance and don't even want to listen. Or most don't. Some do. Definitely. I've talked to many people who have been reasonable. But there are just as many people out there, especially in the media, that get put out there and you see them and they have such a polar opinion that they move you away from what might be the truth. Sometimes they pull you in closer. There's nothing wrong with listening to somebody who's on the other side from you, because of course that's how we find out the truth. Sometimes it's somewhere in the middle between you two. Maybe you are at the truth, but maybe you're not, and you need to accept that. All of us do. I do. I mean, I'm not saying here that I'm completely right. I might be wrong about some stuff, honestly. I don't know everything. Especially right now, as I said, the media is cherry-picking information, cherry-picking videos, and putting them out there to make cops look bad, to make protesters that might be peaceful look bad. Of course, there are some cops that are doing horrible things, like driving cars through protesters. Now, I don't know the full context of that video, which honestly, it troubles me, because I don't know what actually happened, what led up to that. Of course, driving a car through people is completely wrong all the time, but as I said, it's just so cherry-picked, and we don't have enough context. I honestly, I can't know what the truth or what lies are, or if maybe it's a mix of both. They make the cops look horrible. These people that have been protecting us for years, since the conception of this country, this beautiful country. Because yes, it's not perfect, but it's one of the best in the world. Maybe the best. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I have the humility to say that, because I don't know if it's the best or not. But I know this. It's pretty damn good. And people forget to see that. People are burning flags when the military, people that wear that flag on their chest, have fought for them, have died for you, and you have the audacity to talk down to them, those people that protect you. They're the reason you have freedom. Because let me tell you something, alright? My name is Luis Valley. Now, that doesn't mean a lot to you, but pronunciation, that's a more Hispanic way of saying it. Now, I come from Venezuela. I lived there for 9 years, of course, since I was born. I'm 15, and I've seen things that you couldn't imagine. But what troubles me, honestly, is that I didn't even see a lot of it compared to what my family is seeing now back there. I saw the tear gas you guys are talking about. I've experienced that. And thankfully, luckily, I was able to get away from that and come to this amazing country that you guys are bashing. Now, it's not perfect. And at face value, you might not see a lot of problems with it. Because there are a lot. Trust me, there are a lot of obstacles that you have to get over when you're here. When you actually live here. When you talk to the people here. But the people here, most of them are amazing. Most of the services are actually pretty great compared to the rest of the world. Doesn't mean we can't get better. Shouldn't mean that we can't fight to become better. But we have to appreciate the good things. Because my family back there, the tear gas, the violence, the lack of food, they're still living it. They've been living it for years. Honestly, I can't do anything about it. My family, they're pretty financially stable, I'd say. But we can't send food down there, a box of food, every month. We can't do that. And I'm not asking anyone for help, okay? But what I'm saying is, you need to appreciate what you have here. Because I've seen other stuff. I've seen it. Again, not to talk down on the hardships that people face here. Because black people do face a lot of hardship. Just like George Floyd. Sadly, all I've been talking about for the past few minutes has been about the riots. My reaction to those riots. Not even George Floyd, because you claim that you're trying to get justice on him. For all the people that have been assaulted wrongfully by cops that might have had some racist intentions or racist misconceptions about black people or Hispanics, whatever race. You're trying to fight for that. But I don't even think about that. I think about the destruction that you caused to your neighbors, to your friends. Now, some of you, I have to give credit. You're going out there, you're being good, you're protesting the way you should. You're protesting and you're not killing anybody, you're not rioting, destroying businesses, local businesses, small businesses. Because not all of the businesses I've seen destroyed are corporations, which also do hold jobs. And we don't know if all of them will be able to cover for the people, for those jobs that now are lost and won't come back for God knows how long. Now, it's sad. It saddens me because you are hurting your community. And a lot of people say it might be effective. Maybe it will be effective. Maybe things will change rapidly. But is it right? That's my question to you today. Now, here. Maybe you're watching this in the future, I don't know. Is the thing you're doing right? Is it okay? Should you do it? Now, as I said, the lines are blurred. But if we self-reflect, if we look at others' mistakes, we can more accurately find out what's right and what's wrong. Now, of course, we all remember Pearl Harbor, right? We were all taught about Pearl Harbor in class at some point, and how it was a horrible tragedy. Now, we nuked Japan not very long after, and the reasons that they surrendered are honestly, I'm not even sure. Like, I looked it up, and the evidence is kind of conflicting. But I'm willing to bet that a good part of it was because we killed thousands of their citizens, of people, good people, that might have not even had anything to do with the war, or people that were acting because of propaganda. Now we're allies, sure. Things are better now, sure. But all the damage, was it worth it? Was that effectiveness worth it? Are these riots truly worth it? How many lives do we have to give up for this rapid forward movement? That's my question. Because there are definitely other ways that we can move forward. They might take longer, but we might lower the people that die. We're still making progress. And to be honest, The progress that we've made over the past 150 years is insane. We had slaves for thousands of years. I mean, not just here, but worldwide. And at least here in America, the US, that's gone. I'd say completely, but of course there are some sketchy places where there might still be a tiny bit of it. Of course it's insignificant, but I wouldn't say any life is insignificant. But compared to the total number, just the numbers, not the people, it's insignificant. It's not just slavery. We're a lot more accepting of so many things. People get clapped when they come out of the closet. People get clapped. Like they get applauded for, not clapped. When they speak out, black people, minorities, of course there's always some negativity and backlash towards it, but for the most part it's good, I'd say. But it's just the problem that we human beings, we always focus on the negatives. And I mean, it's not bad to focus on the negatives, especially in a country like this, where a lot of things are good, a lot of things are great, but there are a few negatives and we should focus on them to make this country better. That this country is amazing doesn't mean we can't move forward. That another man's evil does not make you good. That Venezuela, that countries in the Middle East, North Korea, it's farther east than that, of course, but that countries like that are worse off than us doesn't mean we can't improve. But we should appreciate the things we have and not destroy them. Especially at a time like this. Do you remember that we're in a global pandemic right now? Still, that we don't talk about it as much doesn't mean it's gone. Alright? It is still here. Maybe not as rampant as it once was, but it's still here. And maybe it can even become more rampant than it once was. Because you're all getting together. Not properly. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're not taking the right precautions. All this progress we've made to flatten the curve could be completely destroyed and even more lives lost. Even a greater tragedy. It's like, I don't understand. How can you guys... I mean, on some level I do understand your reaction, but you need to think. That's my point here. Maybe I'm not completely right. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably am about a few things here. And feel free to tell me. Educate me. Don't hate me for thinking something, for speaking out, for what I think is right. Because that's what we're all trying to do here. We're a country united by intent, by the intent to do the right thing. But we're divided by our actions, how we carry that out. That's a big problem here. And people are missing that. We're all just people. We're not monsters. You can't demonize the police or the government. Because there are good people in there. Just like there are good black people. And of course there are some bad black people. There are some good whites, some bad blacks. In every race, Hispanics too, Asians, whatever. And that's the thing you guys are missing here. You guys think of each other as monsters and you hate each other when you shouldn't. This country is so patriotic. I can't see why you guys are doing all this. Honestly, I have to say the US, in some ways it's not a very rich culture. Something I do completely admire about this place is it's how patriotic you guys are. How united you can become. That's not so abundant. It's actually more rare than you think sometimes. And it's good. Honestly, I have to be honest with you, I'm not an American citizen yet. I've lived here for over 6 years now, but I will be an American citizen in about 1.5 years. Where I'm getting with this is that, yes, I lived 9 years of my life in Venezuela, but only 6 here. 2/3 of what I lived back home, you could say. But in my heart, this place right here, America, the United States, this is my home. At heart, I'm an American. And we should unite together. Because most of you are good people. but you're doing bad things, criminal things. You're taking advantage of somebody's death to gain something out of it. I don't know if it's some type of respect or power, or just feel happy that you fought. And I don't have a problem with you being happy that you fought, but you fight the right way. You do it the right way. You don't hurt others to fight for what's right. Violence is not the way. Most times it isn't. The only time when I think violence could be a viable option is when it's the only choice. And that doesn't happen as much as you think. Sometimes people don't think through it. I've given other ways that you can fight. You can donate to the GoFundMe for George Floyd, or for a Black Lives Matter movement, or for whatever movement you want that is good. There are other ways of fighting. It might take longer, but it doesn't cause chaos. I know you guys, some of you are genuinely, even those who are rioting, some of you are actually trying to do the right thing. But it's you're just carrying out the wrong way. It's like, I hate to say this, but it's like Thanos. Don't lose me here. Now, movies are reflections of us because we made them. They're about real life experiences. Now, Thanos, if you'll remember, this was the highest grossing movie of 2018, if I'm correct. That movie had a villain who wasn't maniacal. He didn't want to destroy everything. He wanted to destroy half. Why was that? Because he wanted the rest of the universe to have enough food, enough supplies to live. He didn't want the overpopulation to kill the universe like it killed his planet. Right? Now, what's wrong about that? The intent doesn't sound wrong. He's trying to save somebody. He's trying to save millions. Even at the cost of his left arm. Just like we saw in Endgame. He was insanely weak. He was trying to do the right thing, but the way he was carrying it out was so wrong. You could say it was maniacal on some level, but his intent, and that's what I'm trying to get at, was in some ways good. He was trying to save others. And some of you are too. Some of you are actually not doing that and just stealing because everybody else is, and you want materialistic things, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you shouldn't steal, of course. Common sense. That's the thing here. You have to do the right thing. Not only that, you have to figure out what the right thing is, and I know that's not simple, it's not easy. It takes time. That's why we learn history, because it teaches us mistakes made in the past so that we can be better. We can move forward as a community, as a race. And now, I don't consider myself an ally with black people. That sounds wrong. It sounds like I'm apart from you. I don't want to be an ally. I want to be a brother. We're the human race. And one of my friends asked me, what if a Hispanic person was the one who was being treated awfully? Would I be the one? Would I actually riot? No. Whatever, I don't care who it is, a white person, a gay, straight, I don't care, female, transgender, whatever. I'm gonna fight for you. If something unfair happens, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. That's not the point. The point is not your race. Not where you came from. You're my brother. Not actually, or my sister, but in a spiritual way. We're all humans, and we should be helping each other. We should be uniting to fight this the right way, not wrong. If we do this right, I think we can make progress. That's my point here. That's what I'm trying to get across, but a lot of people don't see. They don't see the other side. Things are being cherry-picked. I saw a girl get pepper spray on her, little girl, from police. It's horrible. Police have done things wrong, but so have the people. I'm not choosing sides. I'm trying to find the truth. I don't care about the sides. That's not my point. The truth is where I want to get to. That's where I think you should try to get to, because the truth is what matters. That's what matters here. That's how we can figure out what's right and what's wrong. If we find out the truth. And it's really hard these days, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. Maybe I'm wrong about some things again. Maybe I am, but I had to get it out here. I had to say it. So please, if you found some value from this video, then share it. Not for me. For the cause. For the cause that Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, all lives matter. Whatever. They all do. And please, educate each other. Don't hate. For God's sake, don't hate. Okay? It's up to us. We live here, on this planet. It's up to us to take care of it. Even if you believe in God or you don't, or whatever you believe in, this place, maybe it was given to us. Maybe we just took it. But now that we have it, it's our responsibility to save it or take care of it. Take care of each other. Love each other. Even if you don't agree. Even the most racist people. You know, I mean, sometimes they're too far gone, but you know, those type of people, you usually can't get them to agree. And if you can, then don't try anymore. But those people are not monsters still. Maybe they did horrible things. I'm not saying they're good people, but they're people. Brothers and sisters. All united. That's how we should be. So please, if you enjoyed it, share it. And not for me, for George Floyd, which is a person I haven't even talked about in this video. I'm actually thinking about making a video just about him, to respect him. Because these riots, they're taking my mind, all of our minds, away from what matters. That man's life. So please, donate to his GoFundMe. Donate to his family, so that they don't have to suffer even more than they already are. I mean, I'm 100% sure that they're feeling guilty, because I don't think George would have wanted this. They don't want that either. The thing is that you guys are also hurting each other, as I said, and I saw in a Jordan Peterson video, he stated how a lot of people that get PTSD from the army and stuff like that, they usually don't even get it from things they saw. Not always, but sometimes. It's because of things they did, because they were angry or fighting somebody who they didn't even know. They just saw as a monster. And it haunts them for the rest of their lives. How will you look back on this, on what you did when you grow older? Are you sure you'll be proud of it? Or will you have some type of disorder or pain or guilt, remorse that you caused pain in somebody else's life, that you destroyed their livelihoods or businesses? Especially at a time like this when we need to be helping each other. The pandemic, we're not even out of it yet. You guys are causing all this. Please like, share, subscribe if you want to hear me talk about more. And if you want to give me some suggestions, if you want to, just tell me show me evidence or something. Maybe I won't agree with you, but maybe you'll help me see the truth. So maybe I'm not seeing it. But I have to share this anyway, because maybe I am. I don't know. I'm not fully sure. Can't be. So, if you liked, then thank you if you enjoyed it. If you stayed all the way through, I'm so grateful. And if you ever need me for anything, then you can DM me at Values with Valley on Instagram. That'd be great. Let's talk. It's a discussion. It's about discussions, about morality and integrity and self-improvement. Because we can't do it alone. We need each other to move forward.